By the grace of God, it's been 10 years on this journey, and God has made it easy for me.
It's been glorious, I must say. You know, anything that God does, it's perfect, if you ask me, because I, for one, have been part of this event almost from the beginning, from the inception, from the word go. So, and I know how it was in the beginning. It was not easy, it was very tough.
It's been a journey, and I would say that he's been a wonderful person, and I'm just glad to be part of his story today.
First of all, from the early days, you won't know he has such a thing in him. And I started hearing his name, and they're like, Abuchi, Abuchi, Abuchi. I'm like, oh, he sings, he's into music.
He's a man of faith. When I knew him, I wouldn't say I wasn't in faith, but you know, as youth, there are times you get distracted. But knowing him brings me back on track. He led me to Christ. Like when I have gone off track, knowing him made me come back to Christ.
There's something about him. His music career came like a surprise to every one of us, because from the beginning we knew him as a drummer. I never knew for once that he could sing and even come this far.
He's a visionary man of God. You know, he's not just a music minister, but I also see him as a minister of the word.
He's a man of faith. He so much believes in God, even when there is nothing at hand to show forth that this thing is going to hold. He will tell me, Mama, this will hold. And by his grace, God has been there. God never failed him. And also, he's a man of prayer. Apart from the ministry God has given to him, he prays. I learned how to pray from him, especially from him. He's my number one mentor.
Thank God for his beautiful and anointed wife. So the team, the two of them coming together have formed a very wonderful team and a mighty instrument in the hand of God.
It's like every time you see him, there's something new about him. So that's how I describe it. He's consistent and he's persistent.
Look at your neighbor, tell us your neighbor. Are you ready to praise God?
I must thank one person that has always been by me, which is my wife. She has always been there. And there are lots of challenges that has come and gone. But I always thank God for one thing, that I always overcome. That is why I'm celebrating 10 years today. My dad is this kind of person that plays music always. Growing up, I never knew I was going to be a musician. In fact, in my school, I was in science class. I was a science student, so I never knew I was going to be a musician. But my dad is this person who plays songs always, so I love music. I love music personally, but I never knew I'm still going into it. Maybe God was preparing me through that way to it.
I might not have told him this, but I have to confess, he's my number one mentor. God has used him in lots and lots of ways to change me, to put me on the right track. So I am looking unto him as my mentor, my husband, my love, a faithful man who walks with God tirelessly. You can never hear him say, I am tired, once it comes to the things of God. And he's always on time. He's always on time. He doesn't play with that appointed time with God. If you have ever invited him to your program, to your church, you will know that I am saying the right thing. He is always on time. He will be there before the program starts.
The huge challenge I have faced in this journey is finance. But I always thank God that I always overcome it. That is one challenge I have always faced. In some of the concerts, it will come, some it will be a huge challenge, and some other, the people around trying to get this person, get this person, get this person, is always the challenge. And sometimes I will be the only one running the whole thing, meeting the guests, calling backups for rehearsal, calling instrumentalists, calling the guest artist, calling the pastor, going to the venue, doing everything that concerns the concert. So most times my challenge has always been finance.
He's a man of vigor, he's hardworking, he's detailed, he likes due process, he doesn't cut corners, he likes God, he puts God first, and you know, he's somebody I've been under his ministration for years.
With the help of God and with divine wisdom, we're going to use the available and we're going to achieve the desirable.
With God, all things are possible. I see it going out of Nigeria, international, global.
You can always tell when somebody does music for the love of God. And so he does music. From the times I've seen him minister, I'm just an attestor that this man does music for the love of God. He does music as someone who has encountered a strange dimension of God, and he just wants to always pour out his feelings about God in his songs, in his attitude, in his disposition, and all of that. And I would say that I'm so glad that God has brought him this far. Sincerely speaking, I can't thank these people enough, but I just have to say a very big thank you, first and foremost, to my lovely wife. It's Isaiah Charity. And I'm going to say a very big thank you to one man, Otedola. We call him Papa Otedola. He has been a very good man. He has been part of my career. Prosbamoa, Imarich, Wisdom Deep, Frank Flame, Sister Oge, Mr. Sam, the CEO of Insta Daily Drum, and Peter, the producer of Audio Trick Studio. So there's so many of them, I can't remember them all, but I believe and I know that God is going to bless them mightily in Jesus' name. My name is Minister Isaiah Abuchi, and I welcome you to my 10 years of gratitude. You're welcome.